I see you staring at another closed door, wondering why nothing seems to be working out the way you planned. I watch you questioning your worth, your abilities, your future, because the opportunities you thought were meant for you have slipped away. I observe you interpreting every rejection as evidence that you're not good enough, not qualified enough, not blessed enough. But I need you to understand something that will completely transform how you see closed doors, what you call rejection. I call protection from a destiny that wasn't yours. I see the confusion in your eyes when things don't go according to your timeline. I hear the questions in your prayers when doors slam shut just as you thought you were about to walk through them. I feel the weight of your disappointment when opportunities that seemed perfect disappear without explanation. You wonder if you did something wrong, if you're being punished, if I've forgotten about you or stopped caring about your dreams. But let me tell you what's really happening when I close doors in your life. I'm not being cruel, I'm being careful with your future. I'm not being harsh. I'm being strategic about your destiny. I'm not withholding good things from you. I'm protecting you from things that look good but would ultimately harm you. Every closed door is an act of divine love, even when it feels like divine abandonment. You see, you live in the present moment, but I live in eternity. You see what is, but I see what will be. You see the door that's closing, but I see where that door would have led you. You see the immediate disappointment, but I see the long-term devastation and preventing. You see the loss of one opportunity, but I see the preservation of your ultimate destiny. Every door that has closed in your life, every opportunity that didn't work out, every person who walked away, every job that went to someone else, every relationship that ended, every dream that seemed to die, none of it was evidence that I had abandoned you. All of it was evidence that I was actively protecting you from paths that would have led you away from your true purpose. You see closed doors as punishment, but I see them as protection. You see rejection as failure, but I see it as redirection. You see unanswered prayers as abandonment, but I see them as answered prayers in disguise. Because sometimes the best thing I can do for you is to say no to what you want so I can say yes to what you need. But let me be specific about what I'm protecting you from when I close doors. I'm protecting you from relationships that will slowly erode your self-worth while appearing to love you. I'm protecting you from business partnerships that would compromise your integrity while promising financial success. I'm protecting you from positions that will stroke your ego but starve your soul. I'm protecting you from geographical moves that would isolate you from the spiritual covering you need for the battles ahead. I'm protecting you from opportunities that would make you comfortable but not fulfilled, successful but not significant, wealthy but not wise. I'm protecting you from environments that would dim your light, relationships that would drain your energy, and callings that would waste your gifts. I'm protecting you from settling for good when I have great planned for you. You have to understand that the enemy of your soul also presents opportunities. He also opens doors, he also makes offers, but his doors lead to spiritual deadness, relational dysfunction, and purposeless living. They might be wrapped in attractive packages, better salary, higher status, more recognition, but they lead away from life and toward death. My doors might require more faith, more patience, more trust, but they lead to abundant life, meaningful relationships, and purposeful living. This is why you cannot judge a door by its appearance. This is why you cannot evaluate an opportunity by its immediate benefits. This is why you must trust my guidance even when it means walking away from what looks good to wait for what is good, because I can see the spiritual DNA of every door, and I will never let you walk through a door that has destruction embedded in its blueprint. I know this is hard to understand when you're in the middle of disappointment. I know it's difficult to see protection when it feels like rejection. I know it's challenging to trust my love when it seems like I'm withholding good things from you. But I need you to shift your perspective and see what I see from my eternal vantage point. From where you sit, you can only see the immediate situation. You see the door that closed and you feel disappointed. You see the opportunity that didn't work out, and you feel discouraged. You see the person who left, and you feel rejected. But from where I sit, I can see the whole timeline of your life. I can see where that door would have led you. I can see what that opportunity would have cost you. I can see how that person would have hindered your growth. Let me give you some specific examples of what I mean. I closed that door because it led to a dead end that would have wasted years of your life in a career that looked promising but had no real growth potential. I didn't give you that job because the company culture would have slowly poisoned your spirit, and the work environment would have triggered old wounds that you've worked so hard to heal. I allowed that relationship to end because that person would have slowly diminished your confidence, questioned your dreams, and convinced you to play small when I've called you to play big. I said no to that opportunity because it would have taken you to a geographical location where you would have been isolated from the community and spiritual covering your need for the next phase of your journey. I closed that business door because the partnership would have been profitable in the beginning, but would have led to legal complications and broken friendships that would have taken years to recover from. I redirected you from that ministry position because you weren't spiritually mature enough yet to handle the level of spiritual warfare that comes with that particular platform. I protected you from that investment opportunity because while it would have given you quick financial gains, it would have cost you your integrity and damaged your reputation in ways that would have affected your ability to fulfill your true calling. I closed the door on that relationship because while that person loved you, they loved their comfort more than your calling, and they would have subtly sabotaged your growth to keep you at their level. Think about it this way. Imagine you're driving to an important destination, and you come to a bridge that looks perfectly fine from a distance. You can't see that the bridge is damaged and unsafe. The structure appears solid, the pathway seems clear, and everything looks normal. But I can see from above that the bridge has hidden structural damage that would cause it to collapse if you drove on it. So I closed the road. You might be frustrated that you have to take a detour. You might wonder why you're being delayed when the bridge looks perfectly fine. But I closed that road to save your life. That's exactly what I do with the doors I close in your life. I see the spiritual dangers you cannot see. I see the emotional traps you cannot perceive. I see the relational landmines you cannot detect. I see the destiny detours you cannot recognize. And because I love you too much to let you walk into destruction, I close doors that would lead you into harm, even when you don't understand why, even when you can't see the danger, even when the door looks perfectly safe and appealing from your perspective. But here's what I need you to understand about my protection. It's not random. It's not arbitrary. It's not based on my mood or my desire to frustrate you. Every door I close is closed with precision, purpose, and perfect timing. I don't close doors just to be difficult. I don't withhold opportunities just to test your patience. I don't block paths just to see how you'll react. I close doors because I see what you cannot see. I know what you do not know. And I love you too much to let you settle for less than what I have planned for you. There's something else you need to understand about closed doors. They're not just about protecting you from harm, they're about preserving you for greatness. Every door I close is making room for a better door. Every opportunity I remove is creating space for the right opportunity. Every person I take out of your life is making room for the person who will truly support your calling and enhance your joy. I don't just close doors to prevent bad things from happening to you. I close doors to ensure that good things have room to happen for you. I don't just say no to protect you from wrong choices. I say no to preserve you for right choices. I don't just redirect your steps to keep you from danger. I redirect your steps to guide you towards your destiny. But I know that the process of waiting between the closed door and the open door can be excruciating. I know that the gap between rejection and selection can feel endless. I know that the space between no and yes can seem like an eternity. During these waiting periods, you might wonder if I've forgotten about you, if I've changed my mind about your future, if the closed door means there will never be an open door. Let me reassure you about what I'm doing during these in-between times. I'm not idle. I'm not distant. I'm not unconcerned. I'm actively working behind the scenes to prepare the door that I'm going to open for you. I'm arranging circumstances, positioning people, orchestrating events and timing everything perfectly so that when the right door opens, everything will align for your success and my glory. I'm also using this time to prepare you for what's coming. The door I'm preparing to open for you is bigger than anything you've experienced before, and I need to make sure you're ready for the level of blessing, responsibility, and influence that's going to come with it. I'm developing your character, strengthening your faith, deepening your wisdom, and expanding your capacity so you can handle what I'm about to give you. You have to understand that there are right doors and wrong doors in your life. Right doors lead to your destiny, your purpose, your calling. They align with my plan for you and bring out the best in you. They utilize your gifts, fulfill your heart, and accomplish my will through your life. Wrong doors might look appealing, might seem good, might even appear spiritual, but they lead you away from what I've ordained for your life. They take you on detours that waste time, energy, and potential. The challenge is that you can't always tell the difference between right doors and wrong doors from the outside. They both might look good. They both might offer benefits. They both might seem like answered prayers. But I can see the end result of each path. I can see which doors lead to flourishing and which doors lead to frustration. I can see which doors lead to fulfillment and which doors lead to emptiness. Here's something crucial you need to understand. The enemy of your soul is also in the business of opening doors. Satan presents opportunities that look attractive, sound appealing, and seem beneficial. He knows that if he presented obviously destructive options, you would reject them immediately. So he wraps harmful paths in appealing packages. He makes wrong doors look right, dead ends look like highways, and traps look like treasures. The enemy's doors often come with immediate gratification, instant success, and minimal sacrifice required. They appeal to your flesh, your ego, your desire for shortcuts and easy solutions. They promise quick results, easy money, fast fame, or immediate relief from your current struggles. They bypass the character development process and offer you what you want without the growth you need. But these doors lead to spiritual bondage, relational chaos, moral compromise, and ultimate emptiness. They might give you what you want in the short term, but they will cost you what you need in the long term. My doors, on the other hand, often require faith, patience, and sacrifice. They may not offer immediate rewards or instant gratification. They often require you to trust when you cannot see, to hope when circumstances look hopeless, to believe when logic suggests otherwise. They require character development, spiritual maturity, and moral integrity. But my doors lead to lasting joy, meaningful relationships, purposeful living, and eternal significance. They might cost you something in the short term, but they will give you everything you truly need in the long term. This is why you must learn to discern the spiritual source of every opportunity that presents itself to you. Not every open door is from me, and not every closed door is from the enemy. Sometimes I open doors and sometimes I close them. Sometimes the enemy opens doors to tempt you away from my plan, and sometimes he tries to close doors to discourage you from pursuing my will. The key is learning to recognize my voice, my timing, my character, and my ways so you can distinguish between divine direction and deceptive diversion. When I close doors, I'm operating from love, wisdom, and perfect knowledge of your future. When the enemy tries to influence your path, he's operating from hatred, deception, and a desire to destroy your destiny. My closed doors always have your ultimate good in mind, even when they cause temporary disappointment. The enemy's interference always has your ultimate destruction in mind, even when it offers temporary pleasure. The problem is that you can't always tell the difference between right doors and wrong doors from the outside. They both might look good, they both might offer benefits, they both might seem like answered prayers, but I can see the end result of each path. I can see which doors lead to flourishing and which doors lead to frustration. I can see which doors lead to fulfillment and which doors lead to emptiness. So when I close a door, I'm not being cruel, I'm being protective. I'm not withholding good things from you. I'm preserving you for the best things. I'm not blocking your path. I'm guiding you to the right path. I'm not saying no to hurt you. I'm saying no to help you. Let me tell you what I see when I look at some of the doors you wanted me to open. I see the job that would have given you financial security but would have slowly killed your passion and creativity. I see the relationship that would have given you temporary companionship but would have long-term compromised your peace and purpose. I see the opportunity that would have given you immediate recognition but would have ultimately damaged your character and integrity. I see the business partnership that would have been profitable in the short term, that would have led to legal troubles and broken friendships in the long term. I see the ministry position that would have stroked your ego, but would have put you in a place where you weren't ready for the spiritual warfare you would have faced. I see the geographic move that would have seemed exciting, but would have taken you away from the community and support system you would need for what's coming next in your life. When I close these doors, I'm not punishing you for wanting good things. I'm protecting you from settling for good things when I have great things planned for you. I'm not being mean, I'm being strategic. I'm not being harsh, I'm being wise. I'm not being distant, I'm being deeply involved in the details of your life because I care about every step you take. But I know that closed doors hurt. I know that rejection stings. I know that unanswered prayers create confusion. I see your tears when the door closes. I hear your questions when the opportunity disappears. I feel your pain when the person walks away. And my heart breaks with yours because I hate to see you hurt, even when I know that the hurt is preventing greater hurt down the road. This is the tension of divine love. Sometimes love says yes, and sometimes love says no. Sometimes love gives, and sometimes love withholds. Sometimes love opens doors, and sometimes love closes them. But in every case, love is working for your ultimate good, your highest purpose, your greatest joy, even when you can't see it in the moment. I want you to start seeing closed doors differently. Instead of seeing them as evidence of my disapproval, see them as evidence of my protection. Instead of interpreting them as proof that you're not blessed, interpret them as proof that you're so blessed that I won't let you settle for anything less than the best. Instead of viewing them as signs that I don't love you, view them as signs that I love you so much that I'm actively involved in steering your life away from harm and toward hope. Every closed door is making room for an open door. Every rejection is making space for the right selection. Every no is clearing the path for the yes that will change your life. Every delay is positioning you for the right timing. Every detour is leading you to the direct path to your destiny. But here's what I need you to do while you're waiting for the right door to open. Don't waste your time trying to force open the doors I've closed. Don't exhaust your energy trying to resurrect opportunities I've buried. Don't spend your resources pursuing people I've removed from your path. When I close a door, it's closed for a reason, and trying to force it open will only lead to frustration, delay, and potentially walking into the very trap I was trying to protect you from. Instead, use this time wisely. Use this season to develop the skills you'll need for the opportunity that's coming. Use this period to heal from the wounds that would have hindered you in the new season. Use these days to pray, to seek my face, to clarify your vision, to strengthen your character, to deepen your faith. Use this waiting time to get your heart right, your mind clear, and your spirit strong. Learn to see closed doors as classrooms, not punishments. Let rejection become your teacher. not your tormentor. Allow disappointment to develop patience, not bitterness. Let unanswered prayers increase your faith, not decrease your hope. Because everything you're learning in this season of closed doors will serve you in the season of open doors. I also need you to trust my timing, even when it doesn't make sense to you. The door I'm preparing to open has a specific timing attached to it. If I opened it too early, you wouldn't be ready for it. If I opened it too late, the opportunity would have passed. But when I open it at exactly the right time, everything will align perfectly for your success and my glory. There are people who need to be in position for the door to open effectively. There are circumstances that need to align for the opportunity to be successful. There are character qualities that need to be developed in you for you to thrive in the new environment. There are skills that need to be acquired for you to excel in the new position. All of this takes time, and I'm coordinating every detail to ensure that when your door opens, you're fully prepared to walk through it confidently and successfully. Because when the right door opens, I want you to be ready to walk through it with confidence, competence, and character. I want you to be prepared for the level of blessing I'm about to release in your life. I want you to have the maturity to handle the responsibility that's coming with your promotion. I want you to possess the wisdom to steward well what I'm about to entrust to you. The door I'm preparing to open for you is bigger than the doors that closed. The opportunity I have planned is greater than the opportunities you lost. The relationship I have in store is healthier than the relationships that ended. The calling I'm preparing you for is higher than the positions you didn't get. The destiny I have designed for you is more fulfilling than the paths that were blocked. But you would never have been ready for what I had planned if I had given you what you wanted when you wanted it. The doors that closed were too small for the vision I had for your life. The opportunities that disappeared were too limited for the calling I placed on you. The relationships that ended were too shallow for the depth of love I want you to experience. The jobs that went to others were too confining for the freedom I want you to walk in. I had to close those doors to expand your vision. I had to remove those options to increase your faith. I had to block those paths to build your patience. I had to redirect your steps to strengthen your trust in my guidance. Everything that looked like a setback was actually a setup for something greater. Let me paint you a picture of what I see coming in your life. I see doors opening that you never even imagined existed. I see opportunity presenting themselves that are perfectly aligned with your gifts, your passion, and your purpose. I see relationships entering your life that will support your calling and enhance your joy. I see positions being offered to you that will utilize your talents and expand your influence. I see financial doors opening that will not only meet your needs, but give you the resources to bless others. I see ministry doors opening that will allow you to impact lives in ways you've only dreamed about. I see creative doors opening that will let you express the gifts I've placed inside you. I see geographical doors opening that will take you to places where you can flourish and thrive. But these doors couldn't open while you were standing in front of the wrong doors, trying to force your way through barriers I had placed for your protection. These opportunities couldn't present themselves while you were clinging to opportunities that weren't meant for you. These relationships couldn't develop while you were holding on to relationships that were holding you back. I had to clear the path. I had to remove the obstacles. I had to close the wrong doors so the right doors would have room to open. And now that the clearing is almost complete, now that the preparation is nearly finished, now that the timing is almost right, you're about to see why every closed door was actually a blessing in disguise. So stop mourning over closed doors. Start rejoicing over the doors that are about to open. Stop focusing on what didn't work out. Start anticipating what's about to work out better than you ever imagined. Stop questioning my love because of what I withheld. Start trusting my love because of what I'm preparing to give. The closed doors of your past were not evidence of my rejection. They were evidence of my protection. They were not signs that I don't have plans for you. They were signs that my plans for you are so good that I won't let you settle for anything less. They were not proof that you're not blessed. They were proof that you're so blessed that I'm carefully orchestrating every detail of your life to make sure you end up exactly where you belong. I'm not in the business of closing doors just to frustrate you. I'm in the business of closing wrong doors so I can open right doors. I'm not interested in blocking your path for the sake of blocking it. I'm interested in making sure you're on the path that leads to your destiny. I'm not trying to make your life difficult. I'm trying to make your life beautiful, meaningful, and purposeful. And let me be clear about something. When I close a door, I always have another door planned. I never close one opportunity without having a better opportunity in mind. I never end one chapter without having already written the next chapter. I never remove one blessing without having a greater blessing prepared. My closures are always connected to my openings. My endings are always connected to my beginnings. My no's are always connected to my yeses. But here's what makes my way different from the world's way. I don't just replace what I take away, I upgrade it. The job I have planned is better than the job that didn't work out. The relationship I have prepared is healthier than the relationship that ended. The opportunity I'm arranging is greater than the opportunity that disappeared. The place I'm taking you is more beautiful than the place you couldn't get to. This is why you must resist the temptation to settle for less than what I have planned. This is why you must avoid the urge to force open doors that I've closed. This is why you must trust my timing, even when it seems slow, because what I'm preparing for you is worth waiting for. What I'm arranging for you is worth trusting for. What I'm designing for you is worth believing for. I need you to understand that your closed doors are not evidence of my forgetfulness. They're evidence of my faithfulness. They're evidence of my faithfulness. They're not signs that I've changed my mind about your future. They're signs that I'm unchanging in my commitment to your destiny. They're not proof that you're unlucky. They're proof that you're so loved that I won't let you settle for anything less than my best for your life. Trust me when I close doors. Trust me when I say no. Trust me when I redirect your steps. Trust me when I ask you to wait. Because every closed door is making room for a better door. Every rejection is clearing the way for the right selection. Every delay is positioning you for perfect timing. Every detour is leading you to your true destination. The doors I close are closed with love. The opportunities I remove are removed with purpose. The people I take out of your life are removed with wisdom. And the new doors I'm preparing to open, the new opportunities I'm preparing to present, the new people I'm preparing to bring into your life, they will be so perfectly aligned with who you are and what you're called to do that you'll finally understand why nothing else worked out. Your season of closed doors is preparing you for your season of open doors. Your season of rejection is preparing you for your season of selection. Your season of waiting is preparing you for your season of receiving. And when that season arrives, you'll look back and thank me for every door I closed, because you'll finally see that I wasn't closing doors to punish you. I was closing doors to position you for the life I always intended for you to live. Stop fighting the closed doors. Start preparing for the open ones. Stop questioning my protection. Start trusting my plan. Stop mourning what didn't happen. Start expecting what's about to happen, because I'm not finished with you yet. Your story isn't over. Your best days aren't behind you. They're ahead of you, waiting behind the doors I'm about to open. Doors that will lead you into the fullness of everything I promised, and more than you've ever dared to dream.